for this convention today.
Me too.
What?
Men only. No women allowed. Leave.
I can't believe this.
This is great.
We have to think of something. I just don't know what we can do.
Yeah, me neither.
I guess we'll go home and talk about this a little bit. Yeah. So what are we gonna do about this?
How about we start a women's rights convention?
That's a great idea. So who will we invite?
What about our girl, Susan?
Oh my gosh, I love Susan. Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, what about, we need like a man to like help push it a little more.
Yeah.
What about Frederick Douglass? Oh my gosh, he's
That's
perfect.
it right there.
Slide on the pimp gang with my pinky ring. Lot of gang, lot of bitch, then the icy chain. While you claim that you rich, that's a false claim. I be straight to the whip, no baggage claim. Whole lot of styles, can't even pronounce the name. You ain't got no style, see you on my Instagram. I be rocking it like it's fresh out the pen. Only when I'm taking pics, I'm the middleman. Walk talking like a boss, I just lift a hand. 3 million cash, call me Rain Man. Money like
There may be some well-meaning people in this audience who have never attended a women's suffrage convention, never heard of women's suffrage speech, and never read women's suffrage newspapers. And they may be surprised that those who speak here do not argue and question. It may be kind to tell them that our cause has passed beyond the period of argument. The demand of our hour is not to argue, but assertion, firm and inflexible assertion, which is more than the force of argument. If there is any argument to be made, it has to be made by opponents, not by the friends of women's suffrage. Let those who argue examine the ground upon which they base their claim and right to vote. They will find there is no reason, not one consideration, which they can argue in support of man's claim to vote, which does not equal the support of women's right to vote. Welcome in Susan B. Anthony.
I stand before you tonight under indictment for the alleged crime of having voted at the last presidential election without having a lawful right to vote. It shall be my work this evening to prove to you in thus voting, I not only committed no crime, but instead simply exercised my citizens' rights, guaranteed to me and all under the United States citizens by the national constitution beyond the power of any state to deny. For any state to make a sex qualification that must ever result in the disenfranchisement of one entire half of the people is to pass a bill of an attainder or an ex post facto law, and is therefore a violation of the supreme law of the land. By it, the blessings of liberty are forever withheld from women and their female posterity. The only question left to be settled is, are women person? And I hardly believe that any of our opponents will have the hardihood to say that they are not.
Susan B. Anthony was very influential throughout the women's suffrage movement. Along with others, she founded the National Women's Suffrage Association in 1869. In 1872, she voted illegally in the presidential election and was arrested. She eventually became an icon in the women's suffrage movement, traveling the country to help spread awareness. She was also active in the temperance and abolitionist movements.